Oh, well, no, man. Now we're gonna see your favorite hooligan. I think. Okay, auto stop. Fine. Uh huh. Nope. What happened? I did not disconnect it. Oh, well, no, man. Now we're gonna see your favorite hooligan. Okay. So we are Gucci. Let's go. We are good to go. 6 p.m. Let's see. Let's cook. Let's cook. Let's cook. Mama finally rich. I don't want to hear about no school again. How I know it now. I gotta see your favorite school again. Let's look at the scarlet draw. Oh Jesus. Mhm. All right, we're in the right place. Hey guys, hey there. How are you guys doing? So, what are we actually doing today? We are going to be continuing with RabbitMQ. I think we're going to be building the worker pipeline for the worker in order to accept messages from the producer or the yeah, from the producer. The worker is going to be a consumer, so we might as well just start building it out. Okay, so how can I change this? I have to press this. Okay, fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and just, I think I can say hide. Where can I hide this? Okay, hide here, and then it's not in the way. So that means we don't have a lot of things going on here. Interesting. Okay. Now I'm just gonna try to save this. Oh, it's not actually. Okay, fine. Let's just continue checking out the entire application. Hopefully we are not having any problems, right? So why is it so zoomed in, brother? Get the hell out. Okay, just like that. Let's clear that out. Let's run this. Can I put my phone on D&D so I don't get any message right now? It's okay like that. It's okay, it's fine. All right. What else should I do? This is the dashboard. Okay. Let's just try to understand what's going on here. Verify ownership of the beat. So we're gonna make sure we have the beat, and we are gonna make sure we have the current user as well. So current user, and then we have beat. Beat is equal to get beat or throw. Okay, let's look at get beat or throw. So this is taking in beat as the type, BUID beat, and returning this. Okay. And then verify ownership. We have beat, and the user. So if beat.get producer ID doesn't equal the one that the user provided, you do not have permission to modify this bit. Okay, the same applies to this. Validating file names. We need to check for the file name if it ends with .wav. And okay, image to lowercase. Wait a minute. Why do we have this image as a string? I don't know what's going on. If the image ends with JPEG and the image also ends with, I mean, this JPEG and JPEG or JPG, something like that. Okay, only JPEG allowed. I don't know why we have this. String image is equal to, okay, dto.image file name dot to lowercase. Oh, we are extracting it out so that we don't have to do it within this. Okay, that makes sense. The other thing is we have validate upload status, validate upload content types. Okay, we are grabbing the content type. This is the audio type and the image type. We're checking if audio type is not, I mean, is it a null? Chronic of Ages. Oh my God, your name is, what's good, bro? How have you been, man? How's life, brother? Okay, if audio type is a null, audio type, the audio doesn't start with this. Okay, audio type doesn't start with audio. Then we'll throw invalid audio type detected, and then we'll pass in the audio type. That makes sense. Okay, so this is for content types. And now finally, this is register after commit job. Now this is what we do. We have we're returning void here. We're grabbing the bit ID, the audio key, and the image key. We have a transaction synchronization manager dot register synchronization. Okay, this is synchronizing the entire transaction since we are going to be using RabbitMQ, right? So this is at override. That's going to override whatever that we have here after commit. Okay, public void after commit, and then we're going to have this RabbitMQ.send message. All right, then we are using them within I think here in verify upload. Yep, this is fine. I understand now this. Okay, that's cool. If asset.get audio s3 key is equals to null, or asset.get this is equals to null, then we throw upload URLs must be requested before verification. I think that makes sense, right? I've been doing great, man. Can't wait for Data Bucket to be live. Yes, it will be live before the end of this month. Before the end of this month, we shall be up and running. So let me just make a little demo right now to just showcase how far or where we at currently. And if you look at it, right, I'm not stressing about the front end because I'm not really a front end developer like that. And AI is just so good at front end now that we can just offload that entire stress to AI. And as soon as we get to the front end, we shall go ahead and incorporate our backend to it. So let me first show you what we have on the front. I mean, currently on the front end, Vercel. I don't really want to stress with the front end of this application, right? Why do we have glorified to do? Okay, let me put this here. Yep, this is the one. So soon as this application of mine is live, we are going to be using it to apply for jobs. And this is going to be a real SaaS application, not just going to be some tutorial, project. Because I don't really watch tutorials like that. That's the best part about it. So yeah, all in all, this is the bid selling platform. As you can see, this entire front end is trash right now, but we're going to improve on it, obviously. So I was thinking, should we be building the backend first and then just incorporate the front end, or we just build them in parallel? Like we work on the backend and then whatsoever endpoints that we finish with, we add our front end to it. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think that's like, what's the style of coding? I don't know. Backend for front end or front end for backend? I'm not aware, but yeah, you get the point. So oh, that beat is fire, bro. So this is that beat. I think the next thing that we're gonna build right now, we're gonna be working on logging in with. I think this is email. Wanted to log in with email and password and stuff like that. But I really want to avoid logging in with email and password, bro. Okay, let's go to. Okay, sign up is not even showing, but it's okay. You get a point though. So if we can go back to the backend right now and continue testing out the backend, I'll show you guys what we are going to be working with. Okay. So as you can see here, we are using database version of 17.9, which is almost 18, right? At the moment, isolation level, what do we have here? JDBC fetch, none. Okay, the pool, everything is fine really. And I feel like this entire schema, right? Let me show you guys something. This entire pool here, database, okay, that is the connection. That's okay. So as you can see, this has really created the tables for us, right? Because we're using Flyway for migration, and we've done all our migration. If I can just go ahead and show you guys the persistence. Let me just come here and generate the entity diagram, so I can just explain it here for you guys better. Let me zoom in a little bit and then move it like this. As you can see, we have a base entity here. The base entity contains ID and timestamps, and as you can see, rather than just writing IDs everywhere, we just opted to put them in a base entity so we don't have to worry about IDs and timestamps. And then we just worry about the business logic. So every user obviously will inherit everything that is within the base entity here, but add its own other content as well, you know. And as you can see, we have email, image URL, password, role, username, and we have abstracted this persistence, which is the ID that we are generating directly, right? I think Spring Boot is generating for us the IDs every time we call this entity. Now we have the bit entity, which is like the main business logic of our application. We have the BPM, the description, the key, the tags, and title. And then we have the bit asset itself, which is the audio S3 key, image S3 key, and the processing status, upload status. All of them are within the assets. It looks great, bro. Which third-party services will you use for payment? Stripe? I'm thinking about using Dodo payments. Well, if I wish we had a Stripe in this country, I would use Stripe because Stripe is really very clean, bro. And I don't know. I don't know. To me, Stripe looks good, bro. I'm currently using Dodo payments, right? I'm gonna be using Dodo payments for like payment, but they do not support marketplace. Now let me explain to you guys what marketplace is. I don't want to go into details, but I think you know something called a Stripe Connect, right? Let's say for the application that I'm building currently, we are supporting two models of payment, right? We're going to have one will be producer facing. Hold on, let me just make this like this. We're going to be having producer facing, and then we are also going to be having artist facing, right? Now, for producer facing here, we are going to have other sections of this part. Hold on, other sections as well. How can I copy this? I don't know how, but okay, something like this. I think I should just copy this entire thing also, the whole of it, and then just do this and do this, right? And then for the artists, we're just going to have one. Now, let me show you what we are going to be having. Here, we're going to have this, and here we're going to have this, right? And for these artists will just be one time. All right, now look, for the producer facing, the producers will have to pay subscription, right? They'll have to pay subscriptions for them to use our application or my application, and then producers will have to get paid, right, from beat sales. So we're gonna say sales, right? Producers will be getting sales. Now this will be from their beats. Now the main important thing here is that the beat will be the center of everything, right? So we're going to have beat here as the center of everything. uh with this as well. So we're gonna have beats here, which is the music that the producers will be buying or selling, right? Now here the producers will beats will have one section for the producers, and the beat will go to the other section of the artists. Now for the artists, they will actually be buying beats, right? As you can see, artists, they will be buying the beats. As you can see, these artists are buying the beats, right? They're buying it from the producers. Now, think about it. When they buy beats from the producer, if they buy the beat from the producer, as you can see, this is where sales will come in, right? I think sales, we need the arrow to face sales, right? Boom. As you can see. So it looks something like this. I know it's kind of confusing to explain, but we're going to have two sections of the entire application. One will be the artist facing, where they'll browse beats, right? We're going to have browse, artists here, they'll browse and then buy beats, right? And then producers here, they'll upload beats. That's what we're working on. Actually, the heart of the entire application is beats. So we have to work on the heart before we can go to the legs, right? So the heart of the entire thing is beats. They'll have to obviously exist, and the producers will be the ones to upload those beats that they create, as you can see. And the rappers will buy the beats from the producer. Now, the producer here will have to pay us subscriptions, right? And that's where we might use Dodo payments for subscriptions. And then for the sales, when a producer makes a sale, right, or gets a sale, we can either use Stripe, but there's no Stripe in my country, so I don't know how I'm going to solve that. But when we get to the payment, we shall figure out how to do it. But for subscriptions, it's fine. Right now, producer, we can use Dodo payments. Dodo payments, because I have both we can use for subscriptions. As you can see, I have both the live section. This is like the live site, right? Because my this already approved. I can use this to sell subscriptions. We have to create products here. We just create two products and then we copy the links of those two products. If, for example, for the subscriptions, we want to sell the basic license. I mean, the not the basic, but we could just say pro and premium or whatsoever. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we might have producer. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we're gonna have something like that. I think I could say starter. Starter makes sense. Starter and pro, right? We might have two versions, right? This will just be pro. We're gonna have just two subscriptions, and this one might be something like $20 a year, right? We might have this. Okay, let's just put it as $15 a year. A year? I don't know, bro. But let's just see how it goes because there's so many producers and their buying power is very small. So we might as well just start with $15 a year for one producer. And then we can have like let's say the pro version, that's where we can say, okay, that is like $20 a month. Then multiplying it by this. Now, reason why we're putting starters, wait, $15 a year doesn't make sense to me. Let's just first start with months, right? Let's say for a month, we're gonna charge a start as $3 a month. I think that will make sense. And this one we might charge $20 a month or $15 a month, right? I think $20 makes sense a month. We're gonna keep it like this, right? For the pro. As you can see, so these are two subscriptions that we're gonna be charging for. Boom. And here's all. Boom. Now, as you can see, we are going to support this section with Dodo payments. And then for the sales, right, we are going to be having some complexity here because for the sales section, we might have producers actually collaborating, right? Here, let's first say one sale, right? That means I think I could say maybe solo sell, and yep, we might have solo sell and collab sell. Collab sell. So collab means they have collaborated with another producer, right? We also need to take care of that. As you can see, this is going to get a little bit complex, right? The solo sell is kind of fine, right? For the solo sell, we just have to hold on, let me just divide them like this so you can see that. Like the entire thing is getting complex, right? So for the solo cell, we might as well just use Stripe for this. I don't know if we need to use Stripe for that, but yeah. As you can see, every bit here will have different versions, right? We might have leases or licenses. I think we can call them licenses, right? License type or license type, something like this. License types. And then the license type, we might start with like basic lease, basic basic lease. And on basic lease, we are also going to have premium lease, right? Premium, and then we are going to have exclusive, right? Exclusive list. Now, these ones are all going to have their own prices too, right? This will have like, let's say basic list, a producer one. A producer obviously can put their own price. Now, when it comes to these, producers can put their own price because they're going to be charging artists. They're not charging us. But here we are charging the producers. We need a fixed price. So that's the entire essence of it all. Here, for me as a producer, I sell my beats, normally the basic license for $29.99. That is how much I charge. I don't know. Some people like to charge lower than that, but that's what I charge for my beats. And then premium license, I don't know. I used to sell at 199, something like this, 199.99, which is almost $200. I don't know why I like just the decimals. I like to sell beats like that. And somehow rappers like to buy them like that. I don't know, but I just love it like that. And then exclusive, I might sell it for 500 like this. Now, look, this is a lot of complexity that we have to like account for, and this is going to be a lot of work for us. So I could start with the subscriptions first because currently we're only dealing with producers. Currently, as you can see, there's nothing artist facing here, right? Everything is still like producer facing. Matter of fact, this is still a platform facing because we are dealing with like audio processing and stuff like that. But as soon as we get to the producer, then we start separating the roles. And uh, obviously, I have like the roles here when it comes to user. That is just for clarity of mind sake. But other than that, we haven't yet separated like the entire application, right? But they are still going to be working hand in hand. All right. So now for the collab cell, as you can see, solo cell here, we're going to check the license type. Is the wrapper trying to buy a basic list? If that's okay, we route them to the basic license, right? And then the basic list here, there's a reason why these are all separated, right? Separated licenses. If you understand what music, you will know what I'm talking about. But if you don't know, let me just give you a quick rundown. Now for music, we're going to have just a simple MP3 file, right? This simple MP3 file will be the basic list. Obviously, you do not send anything other than the MP3 file, right? And then for the premium list, we are just going to, we might sell MP3 file plus the WAV file, right? Something like that for that bit. And then for the exclusive, we are now going to sell the stems plus, I think we can sell MP3 as well, everything. But for stems, something like this, or we can just start with mp3 as well, so it makes sense. mp3 plus wave plus stems. Now if you don't know what stems are, yeah, stems are basically like the individual parts of the beat, right? Because if you have like a beat, for example, here that is hold on, if you have a beat that is like a piano, I mean, if you have like a beat, for example, let me just go here so I can show you guys what's happening because a lot of people don't really understand the illustrations. What's that? Versal. Okay, Versal. Oh my Lord. I think I've explained more than I need to, but yeah, you get the point. So if you listen to this beat, for example, now you can tell on this beat there's a lot going on, right? As a rapper, you would want to buy the exclusive list if you're like, for example, Drake, the Kendrick Lamar, the guys that have the money, right? Because also certain rappers, up and coming rappers, like to buy also the exclusive deal, sometimes premium list. Now, why do they do that? Is because, as you can tell for me, this beat here is fully mixed and mastered by me, right? So artists, they like the creative freedom where sometimes they want to only have their vocals playing. Sometimes they just want to have the individual parts of the beat. Like for example, the beat that I just played to you guys right now, it has a lot of components. There's a synth, there's a synth, there is a piano, there's a low piano, and it has pads, it has also bells, it has a lot of stuff, right? It has drums, and the drums also have a bunch of other stuff too, right? The drums have claps, they have hi-hats, they have snares, they also have 808s, 808 drums, and they have kick drums, right? They have kicks. So it's a lot of things that are within a beat. Now, when we sell the exclusive list, that means we're also selling the individual parts of the beat. And that's basically it, literally with the selling. So a solo sell, we check for the list or the license, and then we just charge the card of the artist or rappers and send that money directly to the producer account. You understand? Now we shall have to accept producers. I mean, we shall have to let producers add their own PayPal account or add their own Stripe or add their own bank or whatsoever they want, right? Whatsoever way they want to receive sales, that we're going to ask them, and they will provide to us a way to get paid, right? So that's all we're going to be taking care of. Otherwise, we do not have any input here, right? But the platform is going to take from from these sales, right? And they're going to take like maybe 0% or 2% or whatever. We might charge a percentage for our platform. We might charge, for example, 2% just for upkeep of the platform, right? Or we might charge something like 1% of the sale, right? I think we can start small. We can start with like 2% or maybe 1% or maybe 0.5% of every single sale, whether it's premium whatsoever. We're going to get this charge on these licenses, then we can keep it as like the platform upkeep, right? You get the point. So we are charging them for selling, I mean, on our platform, which is the subscription, and we're also going to be getting small cut on their sales. I think that makes sense. Or we might as well just remove this entirely. It will depend on us. But basically, this entire flow is going to be complex. Now, not to forget, we're also going to be having a collab sale here. Now, collab sales come through if, like for example, two producers that made a beat, right? Right, two producers that made a beat. As you can see, like for example, this same beat that I played has a lot of components. Now, for example, if I played the synth, the piano, the pads, and the bells, and then another producer adds the claps, the hi-hats and snares, 808s and kicks, this producer plus me, we are all going to be eligible to the payment on this specific beat. That means depending on who uploaded this beat to our platform, they'll have to share this sale between them, right? So a collab sale usually is 50-50, right? Usually it's 50-50 of the exact price. If we are selling it for 29.99, when a rapper pays for it, 29.99, we shall divide 29.99 by 2, which is a 50%, and then we send one to this first producer, the other to the second producer. And that's basically it. And you cannot add a producer as a collab producer when they're not signed up to our platform. So basically we are we are adding more people to use our platform. So yeah, there's a lot that I would explain about this entire. I haven't applied for any job. I can't lie to you, bro. I haven't applied for any job at all. What's going on? It's been a lot. Yeah, for sure. Hello, brother. Yo, M. Danny Ali was good, bro. How you doing, bro? Hey, man, here's the thing, bro. There's only one thing I ask from you guys. It's just like the live, brothers. Like the fucking live. Click that shit. You're not gonna die. But yeah. Remember me, Matrix of Wealth. Oh, my boy, Matrix of Wealth. I remember you very well, bro. You used to be that cocky friend, that stubborn brother. How are you doing, man? How you doing, bros? Man, I don't know what to say, bro. But man, life has been lifing, man, and we are happy. We're happy to be alive, bro. Hey, Matrix of Wealth. Here's the thing. I want to tell you something, bro. I did not forget that you disturbed me on Discord. I still have that grudge. I'm gonna punch you if I come to India. All right, bro. Let's continue. Let's continue going. So I think that's it. What else do I have to do, bro? I don't know. I think I've explained the entire flow for the payment. This is gonna be the collab sale. That is all. So as you can see, the payment is super complex, right? Not to forget that we are going to be delivering the sales. We're going to be taking care of like the invoices. I mean invoice, I think Stripe can handle the invoice. So go ahead and like the live, my brothers, and we can continue coding. But other than that, we are good. We are good now, right? Hey, hey. Okay, so let me continue showing you guys this entire entity or ERD. We have this is the beat asset, and these are just auditable things like they created that and updated that. That's all okay. You get it? I don't know if you guys want to see anything else, but that is all I can show you guys now. What else should I show you guys? I think I should just show you guys the raw SQL. You guys don't need to see it, but this is the raw SQL. All right. I don't think you guys would like to see it, but it is what it is, my boys. So let me just continue demonstrating the entire application. I'm going to go ahead and say docker, hold on. Why I can't type, bro? Docker compose down. Let me delete everything now. And then we run this backup. Let me remove this. And then, yep. What's the progress, buddy? Well, going crazy. I'm using Postgres. I'm using Postgres. I'm using Postgres. I'm using Postgres. Yep. Okay, we are good. So Tomcat started on 80. All right, now let's test it out. Pay attention, bro. You want to see the progress? Pay attention. Okay, let me go back to this and remove this, remove this, remove this, remove this, remove this, and remove that. Okay, I'm going to go to S3 bucket and let's see what's happening. The console, we need to log in, obviously. We need to use a root user. Damn, what's going on here? Oh my God, Ronnie, beats by Filthy. You know this is my beats name, right? Beats by Filthy. Somebody grab his clippers. His fucking beard is weird. Tough talk from a rapper paying millions for security. Yeah, I think my dad is going crazy. Yeah, hell, you're right. Dad's always mad, cooked up in the city or yelling at the mic. He's sober and bored, huh? Mm-mm. All right, so let me go ahead and delete this. Um, Let me delete this as well. Okay, close this off. So as you can see, our S3 bucket is empty. Now let's start with the demonstration. Okay, bros? Focus. Focus. So here we are starting with the authentication, right? The entire authentication flow is working up and running. Okay. Let's start with registering a user. Right now, if I try to log in this user, see what's gonna happen. Hey, bad credentials. Obviously not supposed. Oh, 500 is. I accept that. Bad credentials. So we need to log in first. Let's go ahead and register that new user, and we are registering them as a as a producer. If we register them as an artist, they are going to have limited things they can do on our platform. So let's just leave it as a producer for now, and then let's go ahead and sign up, okay, or register. Then we are going to log in, right? We can log in using the username or the email because we use the identifier. So either way can work, all right? But sometimes people are just too lazy to add their email in the login form, so they just want to add the username, and we are going to accept that. So let's accept that. As you can see, login successful, and look at the cookies. We have something in the cookies, and this is only for 15 minutes. If we go like this 16 minutes from now, we are going to be logged out automatically, right? You have to renew it, and later we can add something like the refresh token, the access token, and blah blah blah, all that extra stuff. But for now, we are okay with the HTTP only. We can log out as well. If I just go ahead and log out, and then we'll go back here, you can tell within the within the logout we do not have any cookies, and boom, we don't have any cookies, so we have to again log in, and that's okay. Now we are logged in. If I go ahead and create a bit, for example, let me first log out here. I'm logged out, as you can see. So let me try to create a beat as I'm logged out, see what's gonna happen. Unauthorized, right? Because we are logged out, obviously. 401 unauthorized. So now let's go ahead and log in so that we can be back, and then we create a beat. As you can see, we've created a beat, right? We have the title, the key, the BPM, the tags, the description, blah blah blah, all that extra stuff. Now, mind you, this is just only metadata about the beat, right? Later we can add price. Obviously, we might add price. We might need other extra stuff, but for now we are just keeping it lean as metadata only, purely metadata. Now let's just grab this entire beat ID. Let's copy that. And everything here works, by the way. We can get all bits, as you can see. If we just send get all bits, we can get paginated view. This is legit a business, bro. One last question. Which software do you use to make beats? I've always wanted to make beats low key. Yes, I'll show you. I'll show you. I'll show you. I'll show you. I like that. When we talk about music, I get pumped. Just give me a sec, okay? Let me just explain this so I don't get sidetracked, okay? All right, so here we can grab all beats. We can grab a specific beat with a specific ID. If I grab this one, obviously it doesn't exist because this is not beat with that ID, not found. So let's just go ahead and add that beat, and you see we are going to grab this exact beat together with the producer, because every beat is attached to a producer. Obviously, you don't want another producer to create beat on your table. It doesn't make sense. So we have to attach a table, I mean a beat, to a producer, and it makes sense. So we can update, delete, and do all our extra stuff. I don't want to go through all that. Do you understand? The next thing we're going to do now is creating upload URLs. Now, this is where we're going to be dealing with bit assets, the actual assets themselves. we are using something called pre-signed URLs. Bro, are you sending back the whole producer object in the response? You can just return the producer ID. Yeah. Right now, I'm still under dev, right? I will polish up everything when we want to go to prod. But for now, I want to just see the entire thing that I'm like what I'm returning. And another thing as well, if you go back to if you go back to like let's say get a BTL, um for our front end later we are going to need the producer username, right? The person that created, I mean, we would like to create a profile, right? A profile for the producer. You get it? Like when they hit slash API slash me, then we get the producer profile. We show them in the dashboard actually the bits they've created, when they create, like all that extra stuff. This is just going to be for the producer profile. It has really nothing that like the password and all that stuff. No, it doesn't have any of that. You understand? As you can see, we're just showing only this. So the things that we don't really worry about that much. Let's go now and create these assets. Now the assets are going to be stored in S3 bucket, as you can see. So we are going to send first the audio file names. These are just the file names. If I go to like my store right now, not my store, but my file system here, you can tell that I think I have them within downloads if I'm not mistaken. 11 logs and yeah, Grim drum kit. So if I go here and just play anything, like for example the bass, not the bass, but we could play anything like this snare. Well, this is just the MIDI, so that's not gonna play. But accents, I think this can play. Yep. Okay, that's the accents. And I think we have rim shots, crashes, 808s, hi-hats, kicks. I think you guys all know kicks. Yep, that's a kick right there. Okay, these are all kicks, right? Now let's say for example I want to send this asset, which is this low piano. I mean, yep, that's a low piano. We want to send that asset to S3 bucket. We first have to give the name, right? Like from the front end, we are going to require the names, right? Give us the name of the image and the name of the beat whatsoever. This one, we might take this entire file name directly from the uploaded beat. So it's not going to be very important for now, right? But let's go ahead and do that. Now let's go to params. We're gonna need a bit, right? If I try to like send this bit, we're going to get a problem, bit not found. So that means we do not have that bit in our database. We first check if we have that bit. Now let me press this bit and then let me go back to headers, not the headers, but the body itself. And I send this, you see we are getting the pre-signed URLs. Now these pre-signed URLs will only be like, they'll only take like a 15 minutes window before they can expire. So as long as the front end has the 15 minutes window, that means they are allowed to upload bits directly, assets directly to our S3 bucket without going through our server. You get it? We're trying to save on the server cost, and every other big platform that uses S3 or anything object storage, they use this method of pre-signed URLs. I think you get a point, right? So let's copy this pre-signed URL for the audio URL. Then let's go to the actual audio asset itself. Now, remember we had this low piano. That's what I just showed you guys a minute ago. I'm going to go ahead here and change this to put URL because we are using put. That is how AWS requires it. So here, as you can see, it's going to pre-fill this entire metadata here on the params with everything that we got from here. That is interesting. And then we have the actual binary. As you can see here, we're using the binary, right? So let's go ahead again and grab the pre-signed URL for the image. Now let's go to the image, and I'm gonna go ahead here and just select this as well and save that. Now you can see I haven't saved this, so I just save that. Also this, we just save it just for okay. So as you can see, both the audio and the image, the actual assets, they are now okay, they are good to go. So we can start by uploading the image to S3, and I showed you guys here that there is nothing in our data bucket. Oh god, data bucket. So as you can see, the bucket is empty. Let's go ahead and try to send this. We're going to now send, as you can see, the image has been sent to S3. Let's now send the audio to S3 as well. Now, before we send audio, notice what's going to happen. If I refresh this, If I refresh this, see what's gonna happen. Here we have bits now. All of a sudden in S3. And we have within the bits, we have a UUID that represents that, and then we have images. So if I go ahead and send now the audio, boom, we have audio now. So let me refresh this now, and then before, just next to this, you will see audios. And if we go ahead and check inside the audio, we're going to find the exact audio file that we had, right? And that's basically it, my boys. That is like the entire thing. That's like the entire stuff. You get it? I think you guys get the point, my boys. That's the entire flow for now. So we are good. So from here now, when everything is already inside a S3 bucket, what next now? What next when everything is already inside a S3 bucket? The next thing we are going to do is follow this kind of flow. Let me show you guys inside Excalibur. So after the producers uploading to S3 bucket, what's going to happen? We are going to verify the upload. We already have that endpoint. After that, we are going to check if the upload is missing, stop, or else we just continue. If the upload is okay, if we already have things in our S3 bucket, then you might as well continue down the pipeline. Now the pipeline is where we're going to call this RabbitMQ. RabbitMQ will send a message, right? This is just going to be like a producer. It will produce a message, and then we shall now spin up a RabbitMQ queue, right? That queue will have FFmpeg worker, right? Our worker will be now the worker itself. Like RabbitMQ has both producers and consumers, and the consumers will be the workers. So this is where we're going to have the FFmpeg worker that's going to process the WAV file here plus the MP. I mean, it's going to process the actual WAV file and give us the MP3 file. That's going to be the preview that you guys that have been displaying to you guys here, right? The public facing preview will be this, right? And then the WAV file here will remain in a S3 bucket. Then we're going to process this WAV file to give us the MP3 file preview, and as well as the um I don't know. I don't know how to explain it to you guys, but it's more like a tagged version, right? The one that is like this MP3 preview, and then we're also going to have the tagged version, right? These two. Now this tagged version will have the producer tag itself. You get it. Now these two, we are going to also store the tagged version and the MP3 preview inside. We're going to send it back to a S3 packet. So that's it. After that, we just upload the preview. As you can see, the preview. We upload the preview plus the tagged version back to S3, and then we update the status, and finally our pipeline is done. So as you can see, the entire producer pipeline is done, and then finally we are just going to go ahead and call everything from the backend and showcase it to the producer. The producer can add their own prices or whatsoever they want. Then we continue down the entire pipeline. That's where we are now going to start selling the bits. But the most important part was just this entire pipeline. This is very, very complex. But that is all, my brothers. It's nothing we cannot solve. You feel me? So, so I think you guys get the point now, boys. Somebody say using Postgres. Yeah, I think I answered that. I'm using Postgres, not MySQL, brother. Let's see. Oh my god. Ugh. I got never done that, keep me down. Hold on. If I check now, I don't know why the verifier is not gonna work. Params, let me just grab this. Verify existence. Let me send this. And try to send this. Wait, only JPEG allowed. Only JPEG images allowed. What? Um, JPEG images allowed. And what did I? What? Hold on. delete this object. Hmm?
You wanted to.
Why did you say like that? Hmm?
Because it's a
Is it wrong?
yeah, but it's sweet though.
Daumel? My teeth. I can feel my teeth already.
It's not sour, bitter.
You haven't answered my question. Okay, all right, all right. Let me get to answering your question. So, um, it's actually nice, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I use this platform called mm, Logic Pro, and this Logic Pro is for Apple, and then FL Studio. There's FL Studio. There's Ableton.
It's gonna
Hmm. So, as you can see, we have FL Studio, we have Ableton, and we have Logic Pro X. As you can see, this Logic Pro is by Apple. Obviously, as a Apple fanboy, you gotta have this. Yeah, it's just that this ever since I got this computer, I haven't downloaded it in this computer. Yeah, so that's all. You can choose whatsoever you want to choose, but yeah. Mm. Hmm. Dive into FL Studio. Hmm. Hmm. This is too good to be true. I don't know, because for them, they you can have this, but it's going to be limited. You can see this. I can sing this. So yeah, these are the two. I'm very good with this, right? I'm very very good with this, but I want to start using this. I want to start using Logic Pro. That's basically what I want to start using. Logic Pro. It looks kind of cool. I'll start using Logic Pro. Matter of fact, I'll download it today. I'll download Logic Pro today, and I'll start using Logic Pro. It looks nice. It looks well polished and stuff like that. So that's basically it, my boys. So I think you get the point now. But making beats is not easy. Making beats is not easy, bro. You're gonna be you're gonna be stressed out. Bro, I don't know why this stuff can zoom it well, but this is like what's the name? This is a mango or plum. I don't know. I think certain people call this plum. Now I'm from East Africa. We use British English. So we call it mango, bro. Or mango, whatsoever you want. But that's it. That's it. Bro, just ask me whatever question you guys want to ask. I'm just gonna be relaxing a little bit before we can start coding, right? So today we're gonna be working on like the worker part, which is like the actual audio processing. We are gonna get rid of this one for now. Like we're gonna stop everything that we are doing here, and we're going to get inside this worker. As you can see, we actually, I don't know if you guys can see, you guys can see this because I have to change this. Okay, but I just stopped this. We are going to get inside. Let me close this. Yep, we're going to start working on a different side of the application, which is the actual worker. So let's first chill a little bit before we start working. So it's been almost 1 hour. That's nice. It's nice. Let me put this to like that. All right. Hmm. So what do you guys want to know, bro? What do you guys want to know? Let me answer your questions. How do you take it to learn making beats? On FL, man, it took me long. I can't, no, 5 years, but 4 years. to be like professional, and I'd say 2 years. It literally took me 9 months to learn how to make beats. Then I started like watching tutorials of like beat making tutorials. People, I even used to have a beat making channel, right? Actual tutorials teaching people how to make beats. And then I think the second year, that's when I had the confidence to, showcase to other people that hey, I can make beats. So that was it. It took me, I think, 2 years. But yeah, making music is not that hard. It's not that hard, but it requires you to have the ear for music, right? To understand the music theory, the sounds, things like the scales, how do the entire piano, you don't have to know all that, but it just helps you if you understand music theory, right? You get it, major keys, minor keys, and all that. So that's all. mm, mm. This shit tastes good, bro. This shit tastes so good, bro. Oh my god. Wait a minute, bro. Why is it that I cannot see the chat? First, try to type something. For some reason I can see the chat here. I type some. Let me see if it appears here. Mm. Yeah. Oh, it's actually too small, bro. Why is it too small? Okay, I think like this makes more sense. All right. Can you type some again? Let me see. Type some. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see if it's good. Something. Yeah. I think it's good now. You guys can see it on the corner, right? Yeah, you guys can see it on the screen down there. That's nice. That's nice. Trying to improve the stream. You know what I'm saying, my boys? All right. Um, I think we're done yapping. Let's get back to the grind. So, um, mm, 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 mm. I said I saw someone make a huge buck selling a bit. You can make crazy money from selling bits. A lot of money. You can make a lot of money selling bits, bro. You can make a lot of money selling beats, but it's like the competition is way too high. If you just go to YouTube, if you just go to YouTube right now and say type beats, right? What was this guy saying? My 5K a month up makes zero profit. Why? You'd want to click, right? I like this kind of stuff, right? All right, let me just say feature type beats, because that's what I normally like to make. You see here, bro, I know a cool Chrome extension. You should try it. Which one is that? We can see feature type beat. Now, this guy who's having 74K in one day, this dude is making a lot of money. Every single person that is doing this is earning a lot of money. So out of these 74K people, even if 5% or 2% of them buys the beat, you are up crazy money, because these people usually sell beats for like $30. Imagine you multiply, just get 74,000, right? That is, let me just open this so I can show you how much you can potentially make from selling beats. And these people, they upload every single day, right? So they get crazy views. So let's say how much? 74,000. Let's just take 74,000. 74,000 times let's say 0.02. That is like what? That's 2%. You're gonna have this 1,400, I mean 1,480 people paying $30. Would you look at that, bro? That's a lot of money. you get big from this music industry, bro. It's crazy. So people say, "Oh my God, music this, music that, bro." Every single day, music is being released. Every single minute. So the music industry is crazy. It's doing a lot of money. So yeah, I have that skill, and I like making beats. So that's all. That's all I can say. It is called Insight. Is it yours? Are you trying to plug it? Are you trying to plug it, my boy? Chrome extension. I don't know if this can allow us to use Chrome extensions. Comet can allow that. What is it for? What is Insight for? Insight Chrome extension. Insight. Is it like this? Is it this one? Track and optimize your timeline? I don't know what the hell that is. Oh, it's Insight like this. Which one is it? Get a grip on your digital work. I don't know what the hell this is. What is it for? First tell me. First tell me what it is for. Hey boys, go ahead and like the live, bro. If you're enjoying, oh my god. Sometimes I just want to get annoyed. Like, I just want to get annoyed, bro. And look at you guys like, bro, why you guys like what's up with you guys, bro? Damn. Hey, somebody should hire me as an actor, right? I feel like I can act very well. Okay. I'm not really going to do it for the bag. I just want to bring beats in my head to the real world. Another form of expressing myself. That's my boy. Now you talking. That's the main reason why I started making beats. I literally used to have like, oh my god, I'd listen to a song, right? Let's say Drake, for example. Then let's say like Hotline Bling or something. On the bling. Uh be one thing. These days, all I want is one day. What's the song with us? Something like that. And then in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, let me just add like, dang. I just have the entire flow in my head, and most times I just wanna. I wonder how Drake sounds on my beat. Like that's the reason why I started making beats. So, and then I started rapping too. I used to have a song that used to go something like this. I don't know if I still remember it, but let me see. Let me see. Yeah, thinking about my past and all that shit is like a dream. Looking at this girls, all I know is just a cream. Don't you come with me unless you coming with your team. I be chasing all those girls and I barely feel my leave. Bro, I used to rap, bro. Yeah, but I left all that aside. We locked in now trying to make this tech shit work. You feel me? It's more like thinking layer across the web. It stores your thoughts with additional web context. Also has collaborative features. Oh, okay, okay. I'm not really sure, but I'll check it out. I promise I will check it out. Matter of fact, let me add it to my line of thoughts here. I normally have this, not this, bro. Calm down. It's called Inside Chrome extension. I'm gonna check it out, brother. Trust me on that. I don't know why do I have this? Why do I have this on? Salam alaikum. Bro, I have some brain rot content. What? Hold on.
This is why not all babies you see in movies are.
Bro, why do I have brain rot stored here? Like God. What's going on? Hold on.
Bro, check the talk on this thing, bro.
That's some brain rot stuff is just funny. Have the toothpaste in your teeth. You see? You see my boy? You see my boy Rahul is back with this dumb shit, bro. I don't know why I have like this brain rot. I don't know why. But you guys, I don't watch brain rot. This is funny. It is funny. Somebody turn this on. God.
Thing, bro.
Somebody tell how the fuck do you turn your whole arm? Like, uh, some shit is fun. I guess I was just thinking about it. That's why I started laughing, right? But yeah, hello, EG Egg. I don't know if your name is Egg or your name is Iggy. I don't know, bro. But I apologize, right? I think I know your other name. Did you just change your name, bro? Okay. Ah, God, God, God. So, what else do we need to do? What else do we need to do? Okay, we are now tackling the worker itself, right? So we need to understand how do we access this same RabbitMQ from our Docker compose here. How do we expose it to the worker, but as a different module? Because one thing that we want to try to avoid is us having rest conditions, right? I don't know if it's rest conditions, but we don't want to have the same thread running the entire FFmpeg, which is heavy, right? If I just open Ghosty and I'll show you guys right now. I got a nice stream. Wait, I got a nice stream, but what? What's that? Bro, have you explored anything like serverlets and JSPs? Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. I've never really worked with anything other than Spring Boot. Like, I haven't touched JavaScript in years too, so I might have forgotten my JavaScript skills, and I need to really upgrade those skills. So, say FFmpeg version. Let me check if we have FFmpeg installed. Yes, so we have FFmpeg. We have this is the FFmpeg, and this is the FF probe. So we have those ones in place. All right, that's good. Now I do DSA in Java. That's my brother. Yeah, all because of me, right? Props to me, brother. Props to me. What did you say? I got an bro. You see, bro. These are the things I'll be talking about, bro. These are the things that just sometimes, bro, I just look at some human beings, bro, and just get mad, bro. I'm like, bro, what's wrong with you, brother? What's up with you, bro? God damn, bro. Some shit. Mm. All right, man. You're being stupid, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. When you look deeper into the architecture of Spring MVC, found something like dispatcher servlet. Bro, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that dispatcher servlet means. You know, anything outside the Spring Boot, I haven't touched it. Ever since I heard that, okay, for you to get a job in big tech, you need to know Java and C++, I just started with Java. But I might teach myself C++ soon, to start doing DSA. Who knows? I I don't even need to know C++. I don't know. Yeah, bro. Man, coding is just beautiful, bro. Yeah. Hey, listen, brothers. Just one more. Let me just watch one more brain rot. This one. Just one
Bro,
more, I promise.
check the
That's
tutorial
my
on this thing, bro.
favorite.
Holy shit.
This guy is stupid. Hold on.
Check the tutorial on this thing, bro.
Wait, this guy said check the talk on this thing.
Check the tutorial on this thing, bro.
Okay. This guy is stupid, bro. Somebody said you to check the talk, and he's like, what the fuck?
Holy shit. Bro, try that. Try that.
No way, bro. No. This gotta be cap, bro.
Check
Hold
the
on.
tutorial on this thing, bro.
There's no way this stuff can think
Bro, try that. Try that.
No, this is stupid, bro. Talk is too much to handle. I like this, right? That's a basic thing, bro. When people learn Spring MVC, this is the first thing they learn. Hey, mind you, I did not learn Spring. I did not learn like the entire Spring framework. I just know Spring Boot. I just picked the Spring Boot out of the entire ecosystem and I just went with it all in, started building projects. That's it. I just wanted to start building projects as soon as possible. I didn't really care about the extra stuff. And I have like some shallow points. Yeah, if I'm to be asked in an interview, I might fail. But most companies really care about Spring Boot. I feel like that is all they care about, right? They don't really care about that extra MVC, Spring. Because, here's the thing though. One thing you need to know is Spring framework, right? Java or Spring framework, especially just Spring, like the normal Spring itself. Most things are manual, right? You have to do the manual configurations, the manual this and that and that. But a Spring Boot just does it for you using dependency injection, the inversion of control, all that extra stuff. I think Spring has some of it too, but I think Spring Boot is the best if you ask me. Bro, can you be the CEO of my company? Yes, bro. Yeah, I can be your CEO, bro. I'm finding a CEO for my company. Yeah, make me one. And then I'll make you lose your own company by making the board of directors vote for your removal. We shall vote you out of confidence so that you do not own the company no more. Now it will be my company. You get it? Okay. What else do we need to do, bro? We've been yapping a lot. We need to get some work done today. You feel me? Let's just get some work done. All right. Oh, what else? Oh, God. So now that we have the audio processing, let's say bit service, as soon as we verify that the bit exists. By the way, there's something wrong with this stuff. Let me first try to run this one more time and try to confirm if the entire workflow is good, because I can sense some workflow is not okay. But refresh this. Okay, we don't have anything currently. Well, what's going on here? Okay, Tomcat, that's fine. Now let me just start with the registering user again from scratch. Register a new user. Okay, that email already exists. That means we already have that user. Let's just get all bits and let's go and grab this entire bit with the bit ID. Let's go to get URLs. Let's pass this in and then let's just get new URLs. Now here, let me copy this and then go to audio. Let me just remove this file and let me replace this. And then I'm just going to go ahead and select a file for my machine. Okay, this file, we need it to be the WAV file, right? So we need to go to downloads, 11 labs, my drum kit, low piano, select the WAV file, select that, and then let's send it to S3. Okay, yep, that is sent. And let's go back to getting URLs. Let's grab this, let's copy that, let's go to the image. Let's remove this, let's replace that. Okay, let's now go ahead here and grab from our local machine. Just need to go to downloads, probably. This is PNG, this is not going to accept. Can you guys notice that this is the thumbnail I'm using? Okay, let's go here, lead code thumbnail, JPEG, and let's go ahead and send. Okay, that is sent. Let's just save that. And now let's try to check for the existence of that. We need to actually get this bit with the ID. So let's try to get this exact bit. Okay, grab this bit, go to verify existence. I think it's the same bit, right? So now we can say get this. And what's going on here? Simple message converter only supports string, byte, and serializable payloads. I received this. Oh, so we actually we received a DTO that we're supposed to convert into a serializable content. Now we have a problem, right? Let me try to grab this and then let's have a look. What's going on here? Okay, email already used, and then here we have a problem. We have a problem. I think the problem exists here, right? Where we're trying to send DTO, which is what? Let me have a look. Okay, this is asset or guest status. Well, this is the response, but inside our, oh God, let me open the source, main, Java. I think we have to look into DTOs, not DTOs, I don't know, maybe events. And then let's look at audio processing event. All right, now notice how we do not have it here. Well, we are getting a response though. So for some reason, let's look at the audio verification response. we do not have certain stuff in the response. So let's go to the DTO, S3, and then this is the bit upload response. No, that's not what we want. A bit asset, and then yep, asset verification. For some reason, we are returning things that are not inside here, right? We are returning status, processing status. Oh, that's okay. We have them. We have them actually. We have them. 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 Okay, this is 2, 4, 6. Sum applies here. 2, 4, and 6. Okay. I don't know. Bro, can you suggest me a coding device? MacBook, man. Like that's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer, dog. Like I ain't gotta think too much. MacBook any day, bro. Don't go for nothing other than MacBook. You're just gonna be paying for some overpriced junk, overpriced BS, overpriced bullshit. You know. So just go for MacBook any day, anytime, brother. All right, I'm just gonna say we have a problem here. We have this, but we are getting this, right? That means what's going on? A simple message converter only supports string, byte, and serializable payloads. We received these audio processing events. Now let's go back to this, right? Let's first try to understand what's going on. Okay. What's really going on? This is the response. Why is it tripping? Let's copy the response and let's paste it here. All right, we actually need to go back here and check for what's going on. What's going on here? Yeah, let's see. Yeah, bro, like I said, go for MacBook, bro. Don't really get anything other than MacBook. The error is coming from a Spring AMQ conversion, not from your server or service logic. Simple only supports string byte and serializable payload. Okay. What this means, your RabbitMQ does send messages sending an object audio processing event to RabbitMQ. The Spring's default converter is a simple message converter. It only serializes string, byte, and serializable, which your event is class is none of this, so the conversion fails before the event is sent. Inside this, you most likely have this. Yes, that's true. We have that. Where event is audio processing event, Spring tries to convert it using that, and we have a problem. So we need to change this. We need to add this Jackson converter. So we're going to have Jackson to JSON, Jackson to JSON message converter, return new this and that. Or we just make the event serializable. So we can say public class audio processing event implements serializable, but it's not recommended for distributed system because tight coupling, versioning problems, language locking. You could send the JSON manually event, but this is an SFU's JSON converter. So recommended architecture for your bit platform, your worker will receive a message like this, bit, and then this. So what's going on now? How do we another thing you validate this if this is because that this allows everything here, but earlier your rule was wave only, so better we need to do it like this. Browser sometimes upload wave as audio xwave, so we might as well just use this one, right? Let's go ahead and convert this entire thing. Where is the audio? Not verify upload, the actual upload itself. Okay. Bro, are you guys understanding what I'm doing, or you guys are just watching stars? If audio dot equals this, do we have that? Hold on. Okay, let's see. If audio, we are only going to be accepting audio dot wave equals to the audio type. If it's not audio dot wave, then we just throw only wave file allowed. That's okay. right? And the same applies to JPEG as well. So I think that is cool for now. The next thing we need to look at, let's go back here and see what's going on. Add JSON converter. We need to add a bean called Jackson to JSON message converter. Keep your event as plain old Java. Yep. Okay. Here, I think I'm using a record. So we need to open this config and go to RabbitMQ config. Then this is where we're going to add the JSON to Jackson converter. Let's just have this bean. Let's have public JSON. I think it's Jackson to JSON converter. Oh, this is going to be deprecated. So I think we need to use message converter or something. Message converter. This is from Spring Framework. Message converter. AMQP. Yep. Message converter as message converter. Then we just return new Jackson Jackson to message converter, and we are good to go. So I think that is it. What else do we need to do? We need to just restart this so that it can convert our. Thanks a lot, man. You said MacBooks are definitely buy Windows. You stupid. Yo, Saurabh, what's good, my brother? How you doing? Hey, what's the time in India right now, bro? I think you guys is night there. Time in India now. Yo, what? It is this dark in India, bro. Jesus. Ha. It's just look at the time in my place here, bro. It's just 7. Damn. Ah, bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. So if you want, I can show you the proper Rabbit production for your. Well, we're gonna have that. Okay, we are good with everything now. So let me just go ahead and first get this. I'm gonna say Docker compose down, remove everything that's there. Let's go back to S3 bucket, refresh this. Yeah, no, 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Bro, it's 19. How can 19 be AM, bro? What are you- God, you funny, bro. AM starts on 00, right? That's 12 a.m. And then it goes up to 1, 2, 3, after 7 a.m. And then 11, as soon as it hits 12, usually people start again from 1. They count up to like 11 and 12. But the most practical is to just continue counting upwards until you reach 23. That's going to be 11 p.m. And yeah, I think that's the best format. I don't know why people like to use the normal one where they replace it again with 12. I don't know. So you get a point, boys. Let's just clear that off. And let me make sure I'm on frame, bro. Okay, I'm on frame. I'm like on frame. All right. So we have our application up and running. Let's start the entire flow again. Starting from register a user and log in a user. Wait. Why did we get? Oh, okay. I thought the timestamps were null, but this image URL is null. I wanted it to be null. Okay, as you can see, we have a cookie. All right, we have a cookie. That's good. We can go ahead and create a bit, and then we're gonna get this exact bit, and we shall just copy this. Then we can go to get all bits. We can just grab all bits, or we can go to get a single bit and then replace this entire thing with this UUID. Then we'll get this entire bit object. Then let's go to now generating upload URLs. Let's pass in this bit. If I pass this, we're gonna get bit not found. Now let's select this and save that. Let's send this. Now we're gonna get this upload URLs. Let's copy this, go to the audio, and we are gonna replace this, right? And then here as well, we are going to grab one of these URLs, go to the image and select this, paste this, and boom. So let's go back here, let's save this. All right, let's go back to the upload audio. Let's send this audio, see what's gonna happen. Okay, we have the audio, and let's send this, and we have the image. Now let's grab this. Let's go back to get a beat. Send this, make sure we have that. Copy this, go back to verify existence. We make sure we have those ones in S3 bucket. Now let's send. Yes, we have the ministry bucket. We have the ministry bucket. We have the ministry bucket. Let's fucking go, my boy. Yeah. This is good, bro. You don't know how stressing with this seems, right? So now we have audio exists. It will return the size in bytes. We have image exists. We return the size in bytes. Upload status uploaded, and processing status produced. I mean, processing. Oh God, processing. That's what American English. They say processing. British people, they say processing. 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 I think I'm trying to teach you guys some English. You feel me? All right, that's cool. We're good now. We're good to go. What else? So now the status is processing. As upload status is uploaded. Processing status is processing. So that means from here we already have something in RabbitMQ. So let's go and look at RabbitMQ and see what's going on. All right, I'm going to go ahead and check RabbitMQ. Not RabbitMQ, but we need to actually go and grab this. Uh, where is it at? Where is it at? Oh Lord, Docker Compose. Good. Let's grab this localhost 15672, and then let's go to localhost. Yep, it's already there. Let's log in with the admin. Oh God, what is this, bro? Man, this is too much. I don't want to do all that. Let me just go to, let me say admin and copy this. The password is admin password. I think it's password like this. Login. Okay, unauthorized. I think it's admin pass. Admin God. Admin pass. Something like this. And let's login. Huh? Jesus. What's not happening, bro? We have, oh, it's filthy, not admin. Jesus. So we have filthy and filthy pass. All right, cool. We're gonna have filthy and filthy pass underscore pass. Let's log in. And we are logged in, as you can see, my boys. We have one, as you can see, we have one queue, right? I mean, one thing that is in our queue already. Let's go to, I don't know what the hell. Okay, we have connection. We have one queue. As you can see, we have one queue. And this is the audio processing queue. So there's something in the queue. Now we just need to talk to the worker in order to come and consume whatsoever thing that we have in the queue. Does that make sense? God, does that make sense? Bro, this is like the dopamine hit I love from coding, bro. You just see things happening, like, the system's flowing. You're not just following a tutorial, you're coding, my brothers. All right, let's see what else do we need to take care of. Okay, let's see what else. We have connections. Now, let me have a look at this. We have one channel, one connection. We do not have any connection for now, right? This is filthy running. This is actually the actual RabbitMQ. We have exchanges. Now we have another audio processing exchange. You can see we have audio processing exchange. And we have channels, filthy, that's fine. We have exchanges. This is the audio processing exchange. We have this audio processing queue. Now we need to consume whatsoever that's inside the queue, my boys. Oh God, bro. Like, what more do you guys want? What can I do for you, brothers? What can I do for you? I'm showing you guys some industry standard quality code. Stop playing. All right. So as you can see, the problem was solved using Jackson to JSON converter when we added just this bin within the RabbitMQ config. Bro, look how a Spring Boot makes everything easier and simpler, dog. If you're still coding in JavaScript, what are you doing? Ugh, why are you coding in JavaScript, bro? Let me just eat this, okay? Let me eat that. This for you JavaScript guys. I'm disappointed in JavaScript developers, bro. Like without shame, bro. You open your computer and say, "Oh Lord, let me code in JavaScript." Without shame, bro. That's complete madness. That's a garbage language. Mm. Bro, what the hell is it? Okay, so we have some things in the queue. Respectfully. Now we need to go and talk to the worker, right? We need to go ahead and now start working on the worker. So currently we have everything in the queue. So I'm gonna say we currently have everything in the queue. I think we are following something interesting here. Right? So we currently I think let me just use my voice. Allow while using this side. What the hell? Bro, don't use my computer. Calm down, bro. Calm down. Let me open this on my. Yes, sir. Okay, we're gonna say something like this. Hey, no, ChatGPT is down. Let me just go and select my. All right. Okay, so currently we have the audio processing queue, and I can tell when I checked my RabbitMQ console or the ones for the web. I could see that we have one queue, which is audio processing queue, and we have one exchange, which is the audio processing exchange. So, does it mean we are good to go to the worker now to start working on the worker so that we can consume whatsoever the bit ID and the audio S3 key and the image S3 key that we have in our S3 bucket, and then the worker can just download it after downloading it, then start processing using FFmpeg that we have already installed in our MacBook. What do you think? Just guide me. Just guide me. All right. Bam. Okay. Let's see, bro. Let AI just transcribe what I say, and then we can go step by step. Another thing is, I like to tell AI to just teach me, right? Because I'm not genuinely just uh dashing into coding. I need to learn too. So I'm gonna say, teach me accordingly as a senior Spring Boot dev. I just want to use the app to learn as well. So no fluff, just pure knowledge. I don't know if AI is gonna follow this, but I like to add that just to be, just to be sure. So yes, with one exchange, one queue producer already publishing, you have the minimal infrastructure required to build the worker. The next step is implementing a consumer. Wait a minute. You have the minimum infrastructure required to build the worker. The next step is implementing a consumer service that processes the event. Below is a correct approach used in production Spring systems. So we have the API server publishes event. That's what we created. Then we have RabbitMQ exchange. Okay, that's fine. Audio processing exchange queue. As you can tell, if we go to like our entire stuff here, we have this. We have the queue, we have the topic exchange, and we have the binding, which is what is going to bind this queue. I mean, this topic exchange to the queue. And as you can tell here, we have a binding. It's binding the queue to the exchange, and we are using the routing key to bind them together. And this is the JSON Jackson to just convert uh, the entire serializable plain old Java object or Java record. That is all. What else are we doing in the? Yeah, this is what we are sending as the payload. And as you can tell, here we are sending this back to the asset verification response, right? So I think that should make more sense, my brothers. Let's continue learning from AI. And this is the best teacher, not your YouTube tutorials, all right? So that's good. We have publish events, RabbitMQ exchange is already in place. We have audio processing queue. We now need the worker, and the worker is going to have our FFmpeg, right? That's going to process the audio files. Now upload results to S3 bucket. That's correct. And then update the DB status. That's also correct. So your API server is already doing the verify, upload, the status of processing, and sending event. So yes, you're ready to build the worker. Now, worker design, you should create a separate Spring Boot application. That's what we did. We already have a separate Spring Boot application. As you can tell, this is like a module within Dirty Bucket server. It's still under Dirty Bucket server, but now this is like a different module, which is like a separate Spring Boot application called FFmpeg Worker, right? This is now just going to have only the FFmpeg Worker, our database. That's all it needs. It doesn't need to know about the APIs and all this other stuff, right? Let's continue learning, brothers. You feel what I'm saying? Oh God. Okay. So let's see for the worker. I don't know if this is like completely zoomed out. I want to zoom it in so you guys can see. I think this is you guys can see that. Also this, I think this is also way too zoomed out. I want to zoom this in so you guys can see as well. I think I can put it to like plus 150 and then put this in like, okay, I think this is good for you guys to see, right? I don't want you guys to have some headache while watching my content. You feel what I'm saying? Okay, so the reason is to separate the worker. Same app, we're going to have tight API scaling, scalable independently, isolate the CPU heavy work, that is correct. This will block the API resources, restart safely, this will be shared lifecycle, standard microservice pattern, not production ready, friendly. So currently we are going to use it like this. Conclusion, this is going to be a separate worker. That's cool. Now the responsibilities, the worker must consume events from the queue and then download audio from S3, run FFmpeg processing, and then upload generated assets and then update the processing status. Yep, I know. We are going to be having a lot of work today. You feel me? So I'm just gonna stop all this. I don't know if I should stop this. I'm gonna let it just be there for now. But let me look into the sources, main. I just want to open the enums and go to upload status. I think processing status, not upload status. We are done now with upload. So this is what we're going to be doing. Currently, the status is pending. Now, by default, is pending. But for some reason, if we check this service, if we check the bit asset service, we have set here the status to processing when we send this to the worker. So now the worker is going to start processing it. So we are saying the new status, if is uploaded, and we need to also add this on the audio, not the audio, on the new status of the bit. No, not the new, on the asset actually. The asset dot get processing status is equals to pending is equals to processing, which is upload processing, right? Did we use upload processing or we use processing? I think like this. Processing status dot pending, then we can go ahead and use that. But what's going on here? Operator can be applied to this enums. What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh Lord. You know, this is kind of confusing, right? Because we need to get this, we need to get the upload status of the asset. This shouldn't, wait a minute. Status is uploaded, then we convert the status to processing. Finally, we just register this job, right? After commit, right? We register the job after commit. And if we come here to this helper function, which is registering job after commit, we are taking in the bit ID, the audio S3 key, and the image. I don't know why it's just audio key. It's supposed to be audio S3 key. I don't know why we have it like this, but you get a point. After that, we are sending this through the JSON Jackson converter, message converter, so that we can convert the plain old Java into a serializable version, right? So we can operate on it. So I think we are now learning. That's good. That is all. Consume event from the queue, download audio from S3. So if I go ahead and look at our queue right now, if I refresh this, we still have the audio processing queue here, right? Which is nice. Let me go back to ffmpeg and check the entire thing. You can tell here we have something in the queue. And for some reason, this queue is going to be, is it going to be durable even after restarts? I'm not sure. I'm not sure of that. But if we check out our config here, I think we have it as, I was supposed to have the queue here as like, maybe we could have here as true. If we put it as true, then it's going to be durable. That means this queue will survive restarts, right? But I'm just going to leave it here for now. I think by default it will be durable. I'm not sure. Let's just leave it like that for now. All right. Let's continue going. So let's first check our S3 bucket. My bad. I just keep changing the context. My bad. Let me refresh this to see. Make sure we have things in S3 bucket. We have the actual audio files. Let me check the audios. Yes, we have this file, which is 1.2 MB. And if we actually confirm from here, let's go to downloads. Let's go to 11 labs. We go to Grim Reaper. Let's go to low piano here, and then let's try to check this out, right? I don't know if we have the values here or the sizes or whatsoever. Let's get the info. Yes, it's still 1.2. As you can see, it's my eyes, bro. God damn. All right, let's look at the connection. We have 8 exchanges, and then we have the audio processing exchange, which is the same as what we have here. Audio processing exchange. Then we have audio processing queue. Let's make sure we have audio processing queue. Let's go back to overview. Look at the one queue. Yep, audio processing queue. That's good. And we have a routing key. Now, the routing key is just going to allow us to bind the queue to the exchange using the binder or the binding or whatever. And this is just to convert the messages. So now our entire producer is okay. If we go back to a Scarlet Draw and let's look at our entire flow, right? If we look at our entire flow, you can tell that, hey, we have a producer and we have a consumer. I mean, we do not have a consumer. That's going to be the ffmpeg. I don't know if you guys know ffmpeg, but yeah, ffmpeg is powering everything from YouTube to audio to Spotify to any single thing that requires multimedia. Behind the scenes, there is ffmpeg involved. So this is what we are going to be running ffmpeg as a consumer, a different worker, right? So now the producer is going to produce an event using the event is going to be audio process, which is here. We're going to use the routing key called audio processing key. Audio processing key. That's the same one that we have. And we're sending that message to the exchange. We already have the exchange and we have the queue. So currently the binding key that we are using is this. This is the binding key. It's supposed to be somewhere here. But yeah, that's all for that. Let's continue learning and seeing what's happening. All right, boys. So here we need to consume the event from the queue, then download the audio from S3, run FFmpeg processing, upload generated assets back to S3 bucket. That's interesting. Let's first confirm that we have S3 files again here. Let me send good. So we still have them. And the upload status is uploaded and the processing status is processing. That's cool. So it's currently processing. Now, the only advantage is that this thread, this API thread is not going to be used anymore. We are now going to focus on the worker thread here. So let me just close this entire thing off. And we're just going to now work with the worker. So we can just take this down and then we can start processing. So let's continue learning, my boys. All right, that is all. I think after that, we just update the status of the database. That's fine. Your event should look like this. Okay, that's what we have for sure. RabbitMQ will send this as JSON if you configure that. Okay, that's cool. Now the worker as a listener, this is what we need to do. We need to add this as a configuration or whatsoever. Class, we have okay, audio processing service. And then we're going to have RabbitMQ listener. That is going to take queues is equals to audio dot processing dot queue. That is the same exact. So this is listening just to the queue. And we're going to have a method, public void handle audio processing event. And then we're going to have this, right? Processing service dot process and then event dot bit ID, event key, and event dot this. So this method triggers every time a message appears in the queue. And then now the processing service. We're going to have a service, audio processing service. We are injecting S3 service. and the bit repository. For the process, we are taking in the bit ID, audio key, and the image key, then the path. Okay, local audio. I don't know why we have local audio. I think we are going to have to delete these ones afterwards. And then the path for the preview is going to be generated preview local audio. I don't know what that is. It's okay. S3 service dot upload preview bits plus bit ID. Then this is going to be the preview, and then update bit status. We're taking this. I do not know why we have this. This looks cleaner though. Okay, now running FFmpeg from Java, we use process builder. We're going to have public path generate preview, path wave file, path output, path.get, the ones from the temporary file path, process builder is equals a new process builder, FFmpeg, input text in the file, wave file dot to string, and then this is the time should be 30 seconds. The codec, we are going to be using the MP3 format, and this will be the sample rate, right? The sample rate will be 19192K is the sample rate, and then the output dot to string. From there, process is equals to builder dot start. We start a process, and then process dot wait for, then we return the output. I think this is cool, boys. I think this is cool. This generates a 30-second preview MP3. For some reason, what if the beat is not above what if it's not above, the wave file is not above how do they call it? What if it's not above 1 minute? So why do we generate bro use AI? What do you mean by bro use AI? What do you mean by bro use AI? Mm. Mm. But this is beautiful, bro. Mm. Mm-hmm. Minimal viable pipeline. Important. Configure manual acknowledgement. Listener dot simple dot manual. Okay. Then we're going to have something like this: void handle audio processing event channel and channel message throws exception try processing service dot process channel dot basic acknowledgement message dot get message properties dot delivery tag false. Exception, we're going to have a basic NAC. So this is a basic acknowledgement. This is going to be the basic NAC, right? Okay, this no acknowledgement prevents losing jobs. Local development setup, run RabbitMQ with Docker. What happens when the user uploads bit, lifecycle, producer uploads this, verify status. Worker consumes this, download wave file, FFmpeg processing, upload previews. Okay, I want to ask a question, right? Before we proceed. Okay, so before we proceed, what happens if, let's say, producer uploads a 30, matter of fact, like a 10-second wave file? So, are we just gonna generate, like, are we just gonna loop through that 10 or 10-second preview, I mean 10-second wave file until it becomes like a 30-second audio file? Because there's no way we can generate the 30-second MP3 version of a 10-second wave file. I think it doesn't make sense. So I don't know, should we implement that where it's like the wave file should be greater than that? I don't know, it should be greater than 30 seconds. I think that would make more sense. Or what do you think? All right, let's see. Good. Let's send that. Oh my god. Then wave is passed to a command like this. input.wave. This does not loop the audio, it simply outputs 10 seconds because the source stream ends. Flag only caps maximum duration, does not extend audio, so the result will be input 10 seconds, preview 10 seconds, no error occurs. Minimum duration constraints. I think this makes sense. Recommended strategy for your platform: do server-side validation during verification. Okay, I think that should make more sense. What else? How to check duration with FFmpeg? FFprop, input, this, show entries, format duration, this and that. Okay, so this will now audio duration. We really don't want to care about this for real, bro. I don't know. FFprop, the input, and then show entries. This is okay, that. Buffered reader is equals to new buffered reader. Okay. I think that is fine for now, bro. We're not gonna stress about all this again. Let me first refresh this and make sure we still have a job in our RabbitMQ. So now we just need to go ahead and build this worker. So let's go ahead and work on the worker. Work on the worker, bro. It's crazy. All right, so we have RabbitMQ config. We need to go ahead and also create that source. Let me first check this pom.xml if it has everything that we need. So we have Docker Compose, that's fine. We have, okay, RabbitMQ. What else do we need? I think we might need Postgres. Yeah, we have Postgres. Are we really gonna care about this Postgres? Because, no, we're not gonna need Postgres, right? Even this, we're not gonna need all this. Matter of fact, let's remove that. Refresh this. Oh yeah. So I think here the worker we're just going to have RabbitMQ on the worker. So let's first make sure we have everything this side. Then let's configure this worker. We're going to have worker it's gonna have Rabbit worker. Let's just call this Rabbit MQ worker config. I think this is a good naming convention. Or we can just call it worker config. I think MQ worker or maybe Rabbit MQ, Rabbit worker. Okay, let's just call this Rabbit worker config. Okay, I think this is fine. We annotate this with that configuration and then we continue working from here. I think that will make more sense. And let's see what's happening here. What's going on here? While processing, also verify sample rate, channels, prevent multi-track uploads. Okay. Well, that's not going to be our problem. Let's continue first looking at what's happening here. So the event should look like this. Now RabbitMQ will send this, and now we need to configure a worker. So we're going to have audio processing consumer. Audio processing consumer, we need to create that class, and then we annotate it. I think we don't even need a config for that. We don't need to configure a worker. My bad. We don't need to configure this for real. Quite a bit. We don't need to configure this. We can just create a service. Within this service, we are going to have the audio processing consumer or worker whatsoever. We're going to have that within the service. Here we annotate this with that service. And then I don't think, okay, we need required argument constructor, obviously. That means we need to add Lombok. Okay. Let's add Lombok and then adds constructor. And then here we need to communicate with, let me see, we need the audio processing service. So we actually need to have this consumers dot audio processing service, and then we just we just grab this audio processing consumer, take it here, refactor, and then take this audio processing service, bring it here to the service. Okay, that is clean now. So let's look at the consumer. This is the consumer, and then this is the service. This we're also going to annotate this is at service, and then this is going to be arguments, required argument constructor. Okay, then we can just inject it here. Private. This is going to be private final audio processing service as audio processing service. Yo, Nietzsche, Unc, what's up? Long time. Oh my God, my brother Nietzsche pulled up to the stream. What's good, brother? How are you doing? Hey man, Nietzsche, bro. Here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing. It's been a minute. I don't know where the hell you've been at, but you let Unc, you left Unc, and you piss off Unc. How have you been, brother? How have you been? How have you been, bro? Good, Unc. Wait, what is CLG being tough? I don't know what the hell you mean by that, bro. Like you guys of this generation, right? Because I gotta speak like unks. This is how unks be, right? You guys of this generation, like especially the Gen Z, I don't know what the hell they're after. Like, oh, blah blah blah. They have so many things, a bunch of acronyms, a bunch of short forms, a bunch of stuff that don't make sense. Oh, college. Oh God. What the hell is going on? Yo, why are we disconnecting, bro? Something is not right. Bro, college been good, bro. College been good. I've been doing great for sure. I've been doing great, man. Okay, the consumer is going to now consume as rabbit listener. Queues is equals to audio processing dot queue. So this is actually the consumer. Let's go ahead and say, wait, are we injecting the service within the consumer? Okay. I don't know why we are doing that. Public void handle, we're going to have audio processing event, and then processing service. Okay, fine. Dot process, and then we shall have this. And then within the process, we're going to have process. It takes in the audio, bit ID, the audio whatsoever, and then we are serving this. Too many exams. What's going on, bro? Too many exams. Uni life so busy, too many exams. Yeah, for real, bro. For real, man. I miss my brothers. Where are the other guys, bro? What's that name, brothers? Bubble Gum, and who else? There's Bubble Gum and there's somebody else, bro. I don't know who that is. Wait, there's Bubble Gum, there's Nietzsche, and there is somebody. I'm not remembering their names, but yeah, it's somebody, bro. Who's that, bro? Tell me. Okay. Here the path local audio is equals to S3 service dot download audio S3 key. Oh God. Where are we getting that? Listen. Listen. Let's first build the worker properly, okay? Uh public. I think this is going to be void, and then we're going to have handle. So I think it could be audio processing event. Right, we're going to handle audio processing event. That is the same thing here. So we need event. We need to call this event. events dot audio processing event. Okay, it's actually going to be a record, and this is going to contain UUID, bit ID, bit ID, and then we're going to have string audio S3 key, and we're going to have string image S3 key. Okay, then let's bring this back here. We're going to have audio S3 event as event, and then we open this. Let's annotate this with rabbit listener, and then we are going to have queues. Okay, well, let's go ahead and add Postgres too and JPA also. So let's go to pom.xml. We need to install JPA and compose, and this is the Docker compose. All right, then we need Postgres driver. Let's add this too. Hey, how's it going? 07GTA3. Bro, your name is like a code to some secret missile, bro. I don't know how you can come up with that name. How do you even remember that name? OTGT 07GT 78334511112. Bro, come on. If you forget your password, it's over. How are you doing, bro? Welcome to the stream, brother. Hey, man, start by liking the live, bro. Just like the fucking live. You're not gonna die, bro. God damn it. All right. What else do we need to look at? We have compose. So we might as well just build out. Let me go and repos, and I'm just gonna call this an interface. This is gonna be the beat asset repository. You know what's funny? We already have these though. I don't know why we still need. Can't we just use the one that is already here? Can't we use the one that is already in here? Hold on. Well, this is this. Can't we just use this one? Right? Hmm. Well, I need to think. Let me see. Let me close this. Let me close that. Let me close this. FFmpeg, welcome. So you remember me? I do remember you. I do remember you, my brother. I do for sure. All right, let me see if I can find that private. I do remember you, bro. Beat asset. Yeah. We cannot find a beat asset repository. So what are we looking for here? We have this audio processing, and then we are taking in the event, and we just need to create this. So that's it. That's all. All right, let's go back here. Audio processing. Within these consumers, we need to create. Send me your GitHub project link. Which one, bro? Which one? I don't know. I don't have a lot of GitHub projects like that. I don't know which one you're talking about, but you can check the GitHub right here. But we have we have a lot of code. We write a lot of code. I don't know what you're talking about. Which one? Okay, let me just send you this GitHub so you can check it out. Let me send it here. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and pin it if you want to. But also you can check out LinkedIn if you want to too. If I'm just gonna pin this image, you can check my stuff there. So check out the GitHub, boy. All right, that is all. Let's just continue going. All right. Well, this is a Q. As you can tell, it's the symbol of a Q, dog. This is this is the smartest idea I've ever seen, bro. Like if I have money, I'll pay for this shit, dog. You get it right now. I'm using the student discount. If I have money, I'll literally pay for it. Okay, let me go to this and create a repository. What's not happening, bro? Is my RAM giving up? Is the RAM giving up on me? Yeah, I think the RAM is giving up finally. I think the RAM is giving up on me. God, what can I remove from here? Hold on. Okay, I think this is taking too much. Let me remove this. Yep, that's probably gonna help. Jeez, how am I consuming a bunch of stuff? Okay, we have two projects. I don't know why we have two projects. Let me check out this. Authentication for local connection, database system is shut down. We have Daddy Bucket here, and then we have another. Oh, this is for RabbitMQ. Successfully sync tables from a peer. Okay, this is RabbitMQ, so it's fine. We are calling it. All right. Did I just close it, bro? Hey, buddy, how are you? After a long time, and I'm watching your channel. Yes, I've been doing Stanovation for all my brothers, for all you guys. See, bro, this is the mango that I was eating earlier. It's even here. Like you guys can see it this side. That's the mango that I was eating. Otherwise, I want to tell you, bro. ah, Welcome to the stream. You feel me? I'm a tall person, okay? So don't blame me, bro. Welcome to the stream, bro. How you doing? We have drop frames of 0.9%, which is not bad. So you didn't push your current project repo on GitHub. It's actually private. This is like a real life SaaS project that I'm building. All right. So it's not like any other toy project. You feel me? It's like a real life project. I don't know why this is tripping. I'm just gonna go ahead and force quit this. It's not responding. Yep, I have it on GitHub. I just don't have it as public. That's why. Yeah, you do something every day. One day you reach your destination. Thank you so much, brother. Man, I appreciate it a lot. It means a lot. Like, been coding a lot. And like my brother said, right? You keep doing something every single day, you're gonna win. And that's what we are aiming for. We wanna win, brothers. You feel me? We really wanna win. And I'm going to win for real. Mark my words, bro. I'm going to win. So let me try to refresh this. We're gonna have a problem. That's down. Good. Let me remove this. Go back here. Open this too. Okay. Go back. Remove this. Okay. Continue from where we stopped. Okay, let me just send this. I'm about to finish with this audio processing. Soon as we finish the audio processing part today, we can call it a day. I just wanted to do the audio processing part. So let's gonna go ahead here and create this. Let me first make sure we have our RabbitMQ backup again. Yep, we have it, and we still have something in the queue. For some reason, bruh, it is durable. I don't know how that is possible, but for some reason it's durable. And we probably have some things there. We have some things, obviously, not probably. We have some things in the queue. I don't know if we can see what's in the queue. I don't know. We have binding, and we are using the audio processing key to bind this. So we have this, we can unbind this, but for now, the audio processing exchange is using this to bind to our worker, which is what we are going to be working on, right? Somebody said, bro, which AI are you using, bro? I just normally use ChatGPT or Gemini, depending on like, my vibe. You feel me? But Gemini Pro is the best. Gemini Pro is the best, but I just hate the interface. I don't like the interface, but yeah, the outputs are always cool. Okay, we now need to create the repo. I don't know if I should create it as a Bit repository repo, but for now I'm gonna leave it. Let's just create DTOs, not the DTOs. I don't know if I should call it DTOs. We're not cutting anything, so I'm just gonna call these records. Records dot. This is actually gonna be a record, and we are gonna be creating audio processing event. Audio processing event record. All right, that is that within the records. And how are you, brother? Depan Sai, my brother. How are you, Depan Sai? Hold on, I think this is this not the same thing? Am I tripping, bro? Is it not the same thing as the okay? This is the actual service itself. This is the actual service, right? So that means here we need to call this audio processing service, and we're gonna have audio processing service dot process. We have to create this process, and then from there we need to process. We need to pass in the bid ID, right? That means we need to actually take in this as the event and leave this record out because this is going to be the same exact thing. So I'm just going to remove this and leave this as what we need. How are you, brother? I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing super great. Okay, so as you can see, we have this processing queue, then we have the processing service that takes in our event. I mean, the bid ID, the ODS3 key, and this. That is fine. Where is the event? Okay, this is the actual. Oh, so now I understand. Within here, we're actually taking this event, and then for every event, we are going to have event dot. Yep, we are now going to have the bid ID itself, and then another event dot the ODS3 key, and then the event dot image. So I think that is cool. That is what we're going to be building. Seeing this stream for the very first time, man, can you give me a glimpse of what you're doing? Thank you so much. First off, bro, all right, every single person that joins the stream, all right, I normally like to do a little stand ovation for, for you joining the stream. Thank you so much for joining the stream. My name is Emmanuel Francis, or Programmer Filthy, with whatever you want to use. I am currently in my third year uni. So if I can demonstrate for you my entire application, I'm just going to use this simple, diagram because it makes it easier to understand. So what's going on here? What I'm doing is like a beat selling platform, right? For music producers, we're gonna have music producers and artists. Music producers will upload beats to our platform. We shall charge them subscriptions. They will get sales. Artists will browse their beats, the producers' beats or whatever beats that they have on the browse page, or they can even click on the producer profile and check the beats they have. Then they buy the beats. From there, they get the sales, and the platform gets a little cut from every sale, and we get money from subscriptions. So that's it. That's it. That's literally like the overview of what the platform is doing. But if you want to go into the architecture part and all this other extra stuff, moving parts, I think I'll have to answer that another day. But so far we have a good working section. Everything until the until here, until RabbitMQ, everything is fine, right? We even have things already in a S3 bucket. That is fine. So now we are just doing the audio processing part. You feel me? Well, that's basically it, my brother. I don't know if there's anything else you want. My beats as a music producer, because I'm a music producer myself, and at the same time, use this platform to apply for jobs to potentially get a job. You feel me? But if this application turns out to be successful and we make some money, we shall not need a job to begin with, right? That's basically it, my boy. I think I've explained more than I need to. I don't know if you can hear me, but yeah, I've done the explanation. All right. So that is it. And another thing is, since I'm self-taught and I'm learning a new language from scratch, I am using a bunch of LLMs to teach me, not just copying, pasting the stuff, but really understanding. And if you check my other, content, you'll realize, like, yeah, I really know how to code for sure, for sure. But that's it. Let's look at the processing service, worker business. We have this. We're injecting S3 service, and then the bid repository. Okay, another thing that is confusing me. But listen, okay, so now I have a problem. if you look at the audio processing service, we currently have a bit repository and a bit repository. And also within the other API layer, which is the API service part, we have bit repository as well. And since we have the two applications in one place, but two different Spring Boot applications in one place, but they are trying to share the same Docker Compose and also the same, I think, yeah, we are using the same Docker Compose to run RabbitMQ and Postgres. Don't you think we are repeating ourselves by using Bit repository again because we already have it on the other section? So what do you think? Mind you guys, this is how I talk to AI. I swear to God, bro, I just tell AI my thoughts and it just comes off with something that I need to understand. You get it? And if you don't know how to code, you cannot understand this. How about you let producers sell their beats to artists? That motivates a producer to stick to the website, right? Yeah, that is actually the end point, right? Let me hold on. I think I need to show you the. Let me go to Vercel so I can show you like the front end so far. We just cooked up a little front end to just showcase. That was what I was using to, I mean, to communicate to the payment provider because yeah, the payment providers needed a working platform, so I just had to cook up something easy, real quick. So this is it, and I'm using Dodo Payments. I'm using Dodo Payments for as a payment provider. Let me show you. As you can see, this is like the live mode is we have $0, but the test mode we have some money. I don't know why it's still zero, but we used to have some money in here. I think it was like $700. Yeah, $700. That's cool. So as you can see, if I showcase for you the platform, let me click this and boom, you can see this is the front end for the entire application. We have this. So I am a producer myself, so I am using this platform as well to sell my own beats. You know, that's what we're going to be creating, right? And we are selling different licenses of the same beat, right? For MP3 only, you can only sell the MP3 files because you're going to charge them $29. So they're going to get the MP3 file. And the premium is going to be $99 depending on whatsoever price they want to price their bit. You know, we're going to give the deliverable will be the wave file and the mp3 file, and full rights will be exclusive. Now exclusive, that means we shall have to remove this entire bit from our database, from our system or our application, or maybe we shall keep it in our database and just make it as archived, right? Those will be the ones that will be sold as exclusive, because if we delete it entirely, we cannot audit later in the dashboard to the producers that hey, these are the number of bits that you've sold as exclusive. So for analytic purposes, we're just going to keep them as archived, right? So that's like basically deleting from the interface, but this is still going to be in our database. That makes sense. All right, now the MP, as you can see, the MP3 file here, this, it means you can sell this to anybody, right? You can sell it to artist A, artist B, or artist C. This same applies to this. Even if you sell this $99 beat, the same beat but a different license to 2 million artists, nobody cares. But as soon as you have exclusive right, then you're not gonna sell it to two different artists, right? So that's the entire essence of the application. This is like the front part of it, the front end part of it. Later, most things will be in the dashboard. Well, this is not going to be like the end interface. We're going to keep changing it, all right? Makes sense to you guys. I'm going to keep changing it. But for now, this is what I used to talk to the payment provider so that it could allow me to have the live application, right? But then everything is still under development. Someone's cooking here, dog. Yeah. I'm cooking, dog. And if you want me to like showcase some of the entire thing, I can show you right now. Just give me a sec. Let me show you how the workflow is going. Okay, so we have this. If we look at RabbitMQ, let me refresh this. We have another queue too. We have something in the queue that we need to go and process. Now, let me just go ahead and first, before we proceed with this, I am just going to comment out this for now, and then I'm going to stop this application. I will say here Docker compose down. Let me just delete everything, and I am just going to go ahead and just refresh that. Also, the same applies to this. I will delete this, right? I'm going to delete items from here from S3 bucket. Let me remove this. We are really cooking, bro. Like we have a lot going on, brothers, you know. And one thing that a lot of people tell me I'm good to start applying for jobs, but I just don't know why. I'm just like I'm lazy when it comes to applying for jobs. Okay, fine. Now let's go ahead and run this application one more time and see what's gonna happen. Okay, let's notice we are getting this is healthy. All right, so now we have this running on Tomcat 8080. Let me make sure we don't have anything in the queue, right? Let me refresh this. Make sure we don't have anything in the queue. So as you can see, we have 0 queues. We have nothing in the queue, right? Now the reason why we don't have anything in the queue because we deleted the source, right? This is where we get the entire, like this is the actual binaries, right? So now let's restart the entire flow so I can show you guys what we have so far up to here, okay? So run that. All right, so let's start with the auth. This is like the entire backend project, right? This is data bucket. Let's go with register. Let's go ahead and register a user real quick. Let's register that user. As you can see, we have registered a user created to 201. Let's log in that user. And boom, the user is logged in. As you can see, we have one cookie, and that's the read of that cookie, and the user is logged out. If we try to create a bit right now without having a logged in user, we're going to get unauthorized 401. So now let's go back here and then log in. Remind you, we already registered a user. If we try to register that exact user, we're going to get email already used. That means the user, we're getting conflict, right? 409 conflict, and the role is producer. So we need to now just log in because we already have that. And mind you, we can log in with either the email or the username because we're using the identifier. Because a lot of people on the front end don't like to fill in the email part. So we're just gonna keep it as username. And as you can see, the user's logged in. Now we can finally create a bit. And as you can see, we have a bit created, right? We have we don't have the password returned in the request body, which is nice. I mean, in the response body, which is nice. And then we have the specific bit. We can copy this bit and we can preview it. I mean, we can grab all bits. Let's just go and grab all bits. We have proper clean pagination, right? That means our backend is super clean, all right? Let's go again here and then just grab one single bit. You can tell we have one single bit. Attached to it is a producer with the producer ID. Now we can update, we can delete all that juicy stuff. But the most important part is the pre-signed URLs, direct uploads from the front end. Now, the reason why we are doing direct uploads to a S3 bucket is to just prevent our server from having to deal with too many things, right? For example, if we are sending a WAV file, which might be like 500 MBs, that's going to be a lot on our server, and we might be charged a lot of money for like server costs, you know. So to avoid that, we opted for pre-signed URLs. That's what most companies use. YouTube, Google, Spotify, any application that has to do with like blob storage, which is big object storage whatsoever, big object storage, something like that. Anything to do with blob storage, you just have to use pre-signed URLs. So what are pre-signed URLs? These are just S3 bucket telling S3 bucket that, hey, within a given time window, which might be like 15 minutes, for ours is 15 minutes, within 15 minutes, allow this user to upload directly to S3 bucket, is keeping our server all at once, right? So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to try to generate this. We are not going to generate because we do not have a bit. Now let's just pass in our bit ID. Mind you, this is where we got the bit ID. Let's now generate the pre-signed URLs. As you can see, we've generated the pre-signed URLs for both audio files and the image file. So let's go ahead and grab this audio file, and I'm just going to paste this. Hold on. Why did I take all of them? Let me go back to getting the URLs. Instead of all of them, I'm going to go back to audio URL, paste this, and this is going to be for the audio. Let's go back and grab the one for the image URL. All right, so paste this, we have image URL. Now we can just send direct to S3 bucket. If I refresh this now, we do not have anything in our S3 bucket. As you can see, we have 0. Now let's go back here and then As long as we are in a 15-minute window, we are going to be allowed to send this. Like you can tell, I'm sending this low piano wave file, and then the image. I am also sending this lead code JPEG to S3 bucket. So if I go right now here and then I refresh this, we're going to get those specific bits. And we have bits, and then within the bits, we have the audio files, and within the audios, we have our audio, as you can see. And then go back here, we have image. Now, as you can see, all of them are zero bytes. I do not understand a thing about coding. Finance guy, by the way. Good luck though. Ah, boy, I thought you were understanding this, bro. I'm sorry. I gotta apologize, bro. All right, let me verify existence. This is not going to, okay. Let me paste this. No, I need to actually get this ID from here. My bad, bro. My bad. I'm thinking you're a technical person. Thank you though for joining the live. That's a lot of support right there. Only JPEG images allowed. Okay, we have some issue here. That means we need to go back to this S3. S3. Then let's just delete this for now. Let me delete this. Okay, cool. Close this off, and then we'll go back here. Generate the I think we are still in the 15 minutes window, so that means we can just go ahead and select this audio file, which is inside here. I'm just gonna go to downloads, 11 labs. Let's go to Grim Reaper. Let's go to low piano. I like this low piano, that's why. So I'm just gonna pick this low piano and I'm gonna send this. As long as we are still in the 15 minutes window, it should be, yep, we're still working. So now let's go ahead and grab the lead code. Let's just grab any other, let's go to documents. I like this lead code JPEG as well. And I'm gonna send this. And yes, so if I refresh this now, we're gonna have something. Boom, we have bits, and then my boy said, "Hey man, what are you building? This is a SaaS product? Yes, it's a SaaS product, bro. Yeah, bro, I got you, man. Whatever you say, I'm here. Moral support. Since you're a finance guy, you might as well help us with financial issues." Okay, as you can see now, we finally have something. Before it was zero, but now we have something. Interesting. So let's verify here by sending this, and boom, we are going to get true. We have audio exists, and then audio size is there. Image exists, and then image size. And now the upload status is uploaded finally, right? Because only when we click this verify existence, that's when we are going to convert the status to uploaded. And then finally, we are going to start processing. And now when we start processing, that's when we are, hold on, let me save this. Let me save this, and let me save this as well. Okay, go to here, bro, save. All right. So when we start processing, if I click this, when we start processing, that's when we shall see here that, hey, we have something in our now RabbitMQ. Now we have a queue. We have, within here, we have a queue, and it is audio processing queue, right? And then what else? We have a channel, and this is that channel. We have an exchange, which is the audio processing exchange. If you click the audio processing exchange, I think it's here. It should be channels, if I'm not mistaken. Not channels, but it should be exchange. If you click exchange, it should show us the binding. And yeah, we are binding using the audio processing key. So that is all that we have so far. And as you can see, our progress is like top notch, right? We are grinding. Somebody said he's here for moral support, bro. Jesus Christ. Yeah, bro, I got you whatever you say. Okay. Yeah, that's our SaaS product. I think I answered that question. I think I answered that question. All right. What else? We need to finish. We need to continue finishing this. So, what else do we need to do? Let me uncomment out this. Okay, now we need to build the processing service. So the processing service, we need to hold on. I think I asked AI some question here. No, this is not repetition, and you should not try to share the repository code between the two apps at runtime. Each Spring Boot application must own its own persistence layer, even if they talk to the same database. What you have is a standard multi-service architecture. Your current structure, you effectively have two services, this and the worker. So both connect to Postgres and RabbitMQ. So we currently have these with the bid repository and also these with the sort bid repository. Oh, this is crazy. And then RabbitMQ says between them for the jobs. Hmm. Okay, that is clean. That is clean, if you ask me. That is normal. Why is not duplication? Repositories are not shared runtime components. They are data access adapters tied to specific Spring context. Okay, because each Spring Boot app runs its own DI container. They are independent processes. What should be shared will be contents like audio events, enums, DTOs, and stuff like that. Both apps import this module. Okay, so this processing and status and all this, we are going to share them. So the example will be the root file. We are going to have audio and then the shared. Okay, fine. So here, I think I need to create the shared folder, right? I'm going to have a new module called shared. Should it be a module? Going to have Spring Boot. This is going to be a directory called shared, dirty bucket shared. Okay. So we have something that is shared, and the shared is going to have what? Wait, I think should it be? What you should not share? Do not share this between services: repository, service, configuration, event manager, entity manager. Oh God, this is now confusing me. This is confusing me. I'm confused now. This is why I'm gonna stop today. Tomorrow we shall continue the work. I can't even lie, bro. I swear to God, I'm already confused. So I don't want to continue right now. I just want to add all the changes that I made today to Git. Git add everything. Git commit. Add this feature. Matter of fact, we are going to have something simple. The feature is that we're going to say implement worker. The process. Implement worker. I think we can just say RabbitMQ worker. RabbitMQ worker. That is all. And I'm just gonna push these changes. Git push. Yeah, my boy. So it's gonna be it for today. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bro. We've had a lot of fun. I gotta rest now. I'm super tired, boys. So I think I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh, whenever we come back again. Okay. Let me see, make sure this is down. Okay, everything is down. Remove that. Close this off. All right, I think that should be it, my boys. I am going to go then. Hey, my boy, 07 GT. Hey, bro, tomorrow you gotta pull up. All right, tomorrow we're gonna be streaming like from morning because it's gonna be a weekend. So we might stream maybe not morning, but yeah, maybe in the afternoon. It'll depend. So see you guys tomorrow, and I pray God keeps you guys alive and sound. Okay, greet your parents, your friends, whoever you're around. Say I said hi. So bye. Ooh, that's a bar, bro. Wait, hold on. Say I said hi. So bye. Okay. Easy. See you tomorrow, bro.